Okay. So tell me, guys, after you read the introduction and the summary, what did you learn? Yes, Rumbi, uh, you can tell us what you. Okay, so guys, you must read and explain to Mr. Max what did you learn. Okay, I'm going to show you something. Um, the OSI. So, last time, chapter 3, we did check that we have 7 layers. In IT, it's big. When you go in a company, you can see laptop, PCs, printers, but IT needs to be organized. Any network. So, how it's organized? It's organized in 7 layers. The layer number 1 is called a physical layer. So here we're going to deal with any physical structure like the media. The media have wireless, we have a network cable, we have uh, anything related to the cabling. We're going to study in the physical layer. So if you want to talk, just unmute yourself and tell us your name and feel free to talk. So we're going to check anything related to cabling today. What is a cable? And so we have in layer 1, we have, let me show you down here, a quick summary. So that, because in NetAcad, we give you extra info and that might be confusing sometimes. That's why all the time I make it very short for students so that we can see. Yeah, so this is yeah. So at the physical layer, we're going to deal with anything related to the media. So we have wireless media and wired media. Wired, we have a copper and we have a fiber optic. So what does it mean? Should I open? Yeah, I'm going to open my PowerPoint. I'm going to open my PowerPoint and show you anything related to the media in a network. We're going to classify them as layer 1 or physical layer. So, chapter 4, physical layer. So that normally that's all we are done for chapter 4. What is the physical layer? The physical layer is the layer where we're going to deal with anything relating to the cabling or wireless in a company. That's all. Anything else is extra info. So I'm going to give you this extra info. So you'll see that we'll have the wireless media and we have the wired, the cabling. So for cabling, we have 2 groups, fiber optic and the normal cable. The normal cable. So when you have a normal cable, we also have some different types. You see. That's all for this chapter. So let's, okay, here we're going to explain a lot of stuff. So the cables are very important in networking because we're going to do what? To transport the data, to transmit data from a PC to a server. Without a cable or without wireless, we cannot communicate. That's why we say the media. The data is going to use what? Transport to reach destination. They can use a wireless, Wi-Fi, or cabling. They can use fiber optic. They can use normal cables. So the physical layer is here. There are some organization who decide how are we going to build the cables, the length, the cost, and what. We have, for example, IEEE and all these organization. We're going to rule, I don't know how to say that. Okay, we're going to manage how cabling should be, yeah, so that everyone is happy. We agree on. Okay, so here, this one is a bit of physics, because when the media goes on your cable, it's not A, B, C, D, not sentences. All the sentences will be divided in bit 0, 1, 0, 1, 0, 1. So a bit is a 0 or a 1. If you group 8 bits, we call it a byte. I think we did that already. If you group 8 bits, we call it a byte. So if you have a wire and you open it, you will only see 0, 1, 0, 1. 0 means there is no light, 1 there is light. So you don't need to know this one. I'm just trying to explain to you how it works then. Okay, this one is physics. You don't need to know all this stuff. You don't need to, but it's good to read to have an idea. So cabling, I'm going to show you. So when it comes to cables, we have the fiber, and anything that is not fiber, the normal network cable, we have the UTP and STP. Nowadays, most of the cables are STP. UDP, you see, if you take a network cable and you cut it, I'm going to come here and I tap here network cable. Let's work cable and press enter. See these network cables, like this one, for example. It's that cable that is the most used in companies. You know, the RG45, the extensions. So if you take one here and you cut it and you remove, if you remove, you can see either the UTP or STP. Nowadays, it's mostly STP. UDP, you can see that all these color wires are not protected. The UDP is more protected against loss of communication. So this is an example of a network cable. You can also use a coaxial cable. That's cable for DSTV, for example. Or in America, they use a lot of these ones also. So cabling, we have fiber and the normal network cable. So now in EtherCAD, we're going to explain more. If you cut it, what is inside. You don't need to know everything. If you take a normal network cable and you cut it, you'll see all these things inside. And it's all these colors that will be inserted in the RJ45. You see, all these pins, it's these colors that you see. If you cut it and you remove, you'll see a lot of, you put them in here. So yeah, you don't need to know all this stuff. They're just giving you more info, that's all. Just giving you more info, but not compulsory to know them. The DSTV cable, or in the old days, the television cable, we call it the coaxial cable. In South Africa, we don't use it a lot. But in America, we use it. We use it a lot. So now here, we're going to explain more the UTP, what is inside. If you cut your network cable, you see a lot of wires inside. and we take a RJ45, we put them in. For example, if I go to YouTube, in the old days, we had to build our network cable, our own network cable in the old days. But nowadays, everything is you go to take a lot, you order, you get it. So if I come here, build, building, building, own network cable. So we have a lot of videos where we teach how to build a network cable. We don't do that anymore. In the old days, yes. But nowadays, you go to take a lot, you order, and done. So in the old days, you see, you had to buy. I'm going to leave it for you to check a bit. You see, you cut it with a cutter. Now you're going to remove a bit of, you see, you're going to remove a bit. You see, now we have a lot of wires. You put a protector. We have 8 inside. So we see this one is not well protected. So we call it UTP. There is no a shield. There is no. You see. So in the old days, 20 years ago, we had to build that, but nowadays, no. You see, now we have a color code, wiring diagram, a color code. So this code will help you. This code will help you to build either a straight through cable. What is that thing? Yeah, you see. So this, how you're going to organize the colors, you see. If one RG45 is the same color order, then we say it's a straight cable. If it's opposite, we call it a rollover cable or a console cable. Else, it's a crossover cable. So when you build your cable, with straight cable, you use it to connect a switch to a router, you see. So I'll send you this one also, no worries. So now what he's doing, according to a diagram, you can build either a straight cable, a crossover cable, or a console cable. The console cable name, other name is rollover cable. Sorry. You don't need to know all these, at least to have an idea, that's all. No need to memorize. I saw something here. Let me see. For example, if I stop here and you check on top, you see pin 1 is white, green. Okay, now here is not, no, this one is a crossover cable. So if pin 1, the color is the same like pin 1, the other, if all the colors are in the same order like this one, we say a straight cable. If it's opposite, so I'm going to play again so that you can check. Then you're going to cut to make them straight, nice. So at our time, it was quite challenging because we had to do all these things. Now this is audio 45. Now you need to insert. So this is how we build a network cable. Must make sure it's, you see here, it must, the white plastic should go inside. Yeah. Now you arrange your colors according to the diagram. Then you put that thing again. You press. And bingo. This is your network cable. You see. Then you protect it with this guy. Now you can test also the voltage, but this one, yeah, we cannot do that. So this is how we used to do that, but nowadays you go to take a lot. I want this one straight. You buy plug and play. So let's continue. So for the cabling, we have yeah, we did see this one in the video. Anything else is only explanation. Okay, we did check my video. If you want to build a network cable by yourself, if you do this, it's not good. But if everything is in, the green thing is in, then it's good. This one, if yourself, you want to build your own network cable. So no worries about all these things. You just order and plug in. So we have two types. We have a normal network cable and we have a fiber. Fiber also, we have different types. Different types. We have, I think, two types. We have a single mode fiber and we have multi-mode. Single mode, these are some characteristics. Multi-mode, it depends on the length, how secure it is, how the speed, that's all. So this one is the most used and it's more expensive, but more reliable. You don't need to memorize, it's just to see that. So you can check a look, you can read 1 minute, the difference between single mode fiber and multi-mode. Remember, you are a network engineer. It means you know the cabling, layer 1, you know the switch, layer 2, you know the router, layer 3, and you know other stuff. So step by step, we're building our house. So check this 1 minute and we continue. So if I were you, if you see such thing, take a note, take your notebook, Make your own summary the way I do. It's very helpful for quick revisions.
Sorry, Mr. Max.
Yes.
It's China.
Yeah, Gina. Yes, question.
Yeah, I think when you send, we must read a physical layer. I think I did wrote. I study on YouTube and I wrote everything that you are giving us now. I have it on my book.
Yes. Okay,
Yeah.
that's great. That's great. That's great. So yeah, that's the way to start this. So we continue. And now here we're going to explain more about the fiber. What is the most important? When it comes to fiber, we have two groups. We have a single mode and the multi-mode. It depends on the laser, what inside will, yeah. But it's more expensive, but it's very reliable. That's all. If you know these two groups, it's fine. Now inside, we're going to say fiber optic cabling is now being by 4 fiber to the home. We have their own way. We have a submarine. We have their own way of doing the stuff. Enterprise network, we have our own way of. But what is good to know, we have single mode and multi-mode. So for ISPs, internet service provider, we use this one. It depends on in which company you work, then we'll train you about their product. So also for fiber, we have some connectors like RJ45. We have ST connectors. This is how it is. We have LC and SC. What? So it depends on what type of cable you're dealing with, and according to that, you can buy the connectors. We'll tell you if you buy this is the connector that goes with. We'll teach you. So if you're using single mode, according to the type you're buying, these are the connectors you can use. Yeah, so these are some examples of fiber cables with the different connectors. It's good to have an idea so that if you work in a company, they show you. I have some. Next time we meet, I'll bring them and then you'll also see them. So check it. 1 minute and we continue. You cannot be a network engineer if there's basics. You don't have an idea. So it will to. Okay, we'll check. You can check that a bit later. So now, if you compare the fiber and the normal network cable, we are comparing them here. So you can check that's not too much important. The only thing is our normal network cable, the maximum length is 100 meters. When it goes beyond that, the signal is becoming weak. And yeah, but with fiber, you can see the speed is bigger and you can go to 100 kilometers. That's why ISPs, we are using fibers So that's all. So layer one, we deal, it's the physical layer, anything relating to the media. When it comes to wired, we have two groups, fiber and the UTP. Now we have the wireless. Wireless here, we're going to give you some examples. No need to memorize. Wireless and the coverage, it's it's not difficult. And what is the most important is to know 1, 2, 3, 4, especially one, yeah, this one. With Wi-Fi, it depends on the distance of coverage. If it's, let's say, 10 meters, we call it Wi-Fi, wireless LAN. If it's 1 meter, we can say it's Bluetooth. If it's kilometers, we call it WiMAX. This one I don't know because we don't use here in South Africa. We say it's mostly for Internet of Things. So wireless, if it's a classroom, a company, we use it, we call it Wi-Fi. We're going to use something called an access point. We put it in the ceiling. That access point is connected to the switch. The switch connected to the router and goes to internet. We have a chapter for wireless later. So for now, these standards are very important. You can check. Okay, what else we can check in wireless? So if you want to use a wireless, you must get what you call access point. I'm going to network, basic, wireless design. You can see that I do research. Network engineer, IT must always do some research. Googling, YouTube, NetAcad, anything you get. Image. I want to show you something that is more. Something that is more. I'm checking something with access point. Okay, design access point. Image, yeah, okay. So access point, there's a white stuff on the wall or the ceiling where our cell phones, if our cell phone, we want to get Wi-Fi in a company, we get connected to that access point. That access point is linked to a switch, and we switch to a router, and the router to internet. Else, if it's you're at home, you use a Wi-Fi router. So that Wi-Fi router is access point, switch, router, 3-in-1. That's why we say a Wi-Fi router. All these 3 components are bundled in one. So we do have a chapter for wireless where we're going to study it a bit. But what you should know, access point. It's very important. So if you want to use wireless on your PC or your cell phone, you must get what? A network interface card, a wireless network interface card. Because for interface card, we have 2 types. Ethernet network interface card. If you want to use your normal cable, so on your PC or laptop, you should have this one. But nowadays, if you use a laptop, it's integrated. You'll see that thing, that small thing on your laptop, and that's easy. So if you want to use a network cable, you should have that network cable in your PC or your laptop. Nowadays, everything, PCs, laptops, they come with that already. So this port, if you want to use a network cable, the UTP. Now, if you want to use wireless, you must get a wireless interface card. Wireless. They teach you that because if, for example, something is faulty, you need to replace then you know how to. So if you want to use Wi-Fi, you must have a Wi-Fi wireless network interface card. You see, like this one. Normally, all PCs, laptops, I can see laptops, they come with this one already, a wireless network interface card. If you have a PC and you want to use Wi-Fi and you don't have this one, you need to buy and you plug it in your PC to get wireless access. So yeah, then we're going to do some packet trace exercise with wireless. It's very nice, very simple, easy. We're going to do that. So all of us in our home, we have wireless router. So now we understand what is inside. That wireless router is the access point. It means our cell phone need to connect to that device to get internet. That wireless router is a switch because at the back we have a lot of port. We can use also a network cable to plug. And it's a router, a device that helps us to go to the internet. Okay, so that's all for this chapter. For, yeah. Layer one, anything related to the media. We have wireless and we have the wired. Wired, we have two groups, UTP and the fiber. If you know that, that's all for this chapter. Then on Thursday, we're going to study layer two with data link. Anything related to the switch. What is the switch? What is inside? What type of configuration we can do? It's what we'll be doing on Thursday. Any questions?
I did send my question on the message, Mr. Max.
Okay, let me check. Let me check. No, we are not the same. Unshield and coaxial cable. No, we are not the same. Check here. If I go down, so we have a fiber, that is fiber. Now we have a copper. In copper, we have two. We have a UTP, STP. The normal network cable is called UTP. And coax cable is mostly for TV or DSTV. I'm going to show you the picture. But it's good to ask questions, so thank you very much. Also, during the weekend, I'm going to send you a test. I'm going to ask you questions. For example, chapter 4, what's the difference between UTP and STP? Question number 2, someone need access, someone want to use a wireless, what is needed? I'll take all these questions from the course, just to test your knowledge. That's all, nothing else.
Yes, Mr. Max.
Yes, question? Your name first.
Yes,
and your
patient Mutuale.
Okay, questions?
Yeah, I wanted to ask, is it also in the switch any interface wireless inside there?
Okay, that's also is a good question.
Thank you.
Normally for the switch, we don't have a wireless there. But I'm going to show you something. Let me explain to Gina. Okay, Gina, you see? So if you want to use a cable, you can use the normal network cable or a coaxial cable. This is how it is. It's totally different, you see. This one, if you have a DSTV at the back, it's something like that. But for us here in South Africa, we don't use it for networking, mostly for TV. And so coaxial cable is something like that. And the normal network cable is like that. So it's two different things. Now, if you want to get wireless, you need what? You need three things for wireless. Let me go down here. Sorry, go down here. What is here down here? So wireless, if you want to use wireless, wireless, you need a wireless NIC network interface card. So all our cell phones will come with that already. All our laptops will come with that network interface card already, plus access point. An access point, also called AC, AP. AP. Who's calling again here? AP and the last one is a router to go to the internet, you see. So if you want to use a wireless, your PC or your laptop should have a wireless interface card. You must have an access point. I'm going to check access point in building. Access point in a building, access point at office. Image. Yeah, so these devices we put on the ceiling. You see, we put it on top. Now all our cell phones, our laptops will get connected to that. All our laptops, cell phone will get connected with that access point that is on the ceiling, you see. Now that access point, there is a cable that will go to a switch, and the switch will get connected to a router, and the router goes to internet. So on the switch, there is no, sometimes it's on the wall somewhere, but mostly, as you see here, they're on the ceiling. Okay, this guy. Yeah, so on the switch, there is no section. So if you work for a network, a wireless network company, will teach you, will train you, but you need to see that you understand IT already, like CCNA. Then they can take you to train you directly. We don't need to explain to you what is a wireless interface card, what is access point, what is, this is the office, and the access point are on top. So all the cell phones, the laptops, we want to use Wi-Fi, will get connected to the access point, and the access point, we have a cable that goes to a switch, and we switch to a router. So other questions?
Yeah, I mean, understand. Thank you.
Okay, great. Okay, that's all for this chapter, chapter 4. So if they ask you what is a bit is either 0 or 1. And if I put a group of 0, 1, 0, 1, 0, something like that, a group of 8, we call it a byte. So job interview, we can ask you, patients, what's the difference between a bit and a byte? So you can say a bit, it's a digit, either 0 or 1. Now a byte is a group of 8 bits.
And Mr. Max, what is they call kilobytes? Those
Yeah.
kind of kilobytes. What is that?
Yeah.
Please.
Okay, great. So now kilo means thousands. You see. So when you say kilobyte, it means 1,000 bytes. You see, or 1,000 groups of 1,000 times 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 1,000 group of 8 bits. It's like, for example, 1 kg. Now, if you say 1 megabyte, 1 megabyte, it's what? It's 1,000 kilo or 1 million bytes. So if your salary is between, you say, okay, patient, what salary do you want? Do you want 1 kilobyte of salary or 1 megabyte of salary? You say 1 megabyte because, see, 1 million rand. So the speed of our wireless stuff or network, the bigger, the faster. You see, the bigger, the faster. In the old days, if you want to download a movie, it can take hours because the bandwidth, the quantity of data I can download was small. But nowadays, we have speed of gigs, 10 gig speed. It means the amount of data I can download per minute or per second is bigger. Is bigger. So it's something we're going to study a bit later called the bandwidth. The bandwidth is the amount of data per minute or per second. The bigger, the faster.
Thank you.
Okay, welcome. Okay, thank you very much, guys. So next time, on Thursday, we'll study the physical layer, the data link layer. We'll study the switch. Then the following week, we'll do again layer 3. What is the router? What can we do with? Because without all of this, there is no internet. Now yourself imagine a life without internet nowadays. No communication. You cannot check your banking detail. You cannot do anything. So network engineering is extremely important. Now from network engineering, you can do anything else like security, AI, anything else, because the foundation is computer networking.
Thank you, Mr. Max.
Okay, great. So have a good evening, guys, and I will meet on Thursday now.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Max.
Thank you
Would you
much.
like to send us the
Thank you.
report?
Thank you.
Okay, no problem. I will
Thank you,
send